Hello, my name is Julie Tucker, and I'm the principal at Southside High School. And I'm excited to present for you today our professional development session. Working on this, I've been working with the Etowah County math coaches, and they have been a great resource. And this is a professional development session that we will present together. So I'm going to walk you through what that session would look like for the Southside High School math teachers. And we do plan to implement this session in the fall of the 2020 school year. So we're really looking forward to working with our math teachers as a part of our professional development plan at Southside High School. One of the goals of our professional development plan is to really provide professional development opportunities for our teachers that explore ideas and strategies that's geared towards improving instruction. And so one way that we feel like it was beneficial to do that is working with the Etowah County math coaches for them to develop cycles that they will work with the teachers at Southside High School, specifically in the math department. There are a couple activities that kind of go along with our objective that will help us to reach the goal of new professional development opportunities. And those activities are that the coaches, our math coaches, will be meeting with math teachers each month to build relationships, lesson plan with them, self-assess, really looking at the math standards and unwrapping those standards and offering support to the teachers. The math coaches will be observing our math classrooms, working with the administrators as well in our department, teacher leaders to develop a great coaching cycle for the math teachers. And our math coaches are also going to co-teach and model teach with our math department. So we're really looking forward to those activities and feel like that overall these different activities are really going to help lead to better instruction, which ultimately is what's best for our students at Southside High School. So the professional development session is going to really be geared towards our 8 mathematical standards and really looking at what those are and helping our teachers to understand those greatly for the session. So when we get ready to have this session, we will start with an icebreaker for our teachers. We will have 2 questions and we will have some for them to answer. We're going to have some sticky notes and some resources on their tables, and they are going to answer these 2 questions. First question is, what is an instructional practice or a procedure that you have tried to get away from in the last 5 years? The purpose of this question is to really try to make our teachers think about their own personal growth. What have they been trying to do to continue their journey of teaching and being the best teacher that they can be? So it can really kind of make their wheels turn and say, hey, I really haven't tried to do anything, or hey, these are the different things that I've really tried to improve on. The second question is, what is instructional practice, one instructional practice or classroom procedure that you would like to use more or implement in your classroom? This is a great question to really get some collaboration going and teachers to share different positive things that they're doing in their classrooms. And there may be something that one teacher is doing that another teacher really wishes that they could implement, and then it kind of makes that connection there. So this is icebreaker that we feel like really will get their brains flowing, get the conversation started, and it's going to be a great kickoff for our PD session. After we finish the icebreaker, we are then going to move into discussing shifts in classroom practice, and we have a self-assessment that they will take. They will get a handout that has the different shifts on there, and they will kind of do a self-assessment where they're going to make an X on the paper where they think that their mathematic instruction falls at currently, okay? So this then will then be able to compare and will be able to open the door for some other conversations about where we want to go with our math instruction. Now, I will really be depending on the math coaches to start to step in at this point because they are very versed in the math course of study and the math classrooms, and so I will, be depending on them as a partner in this PD session to really also help to drive that specific conversation in the direction that it needs to go. So moving from that point, we will then introduce the 8 standards for mathematical practice. And there will be a lot of discussion. And this is part of the Alabama course of study for mathematics. And it's basically the core and the foundation of our mathematics instruction. These are important standards that all of our teachers should be making the foundation of their lessons. So if that's not happening in our math classrooms, then there are problems. And so we really want to make sure that our teachers start at the core and the understanding and what these standards are and why they're so important. So we will definitely be going into some deep discussion with these and opening the floor to our teachers for that question and answer and showing them, what does this look like? Once we've gotten through this portion of the professional development session, then it's very important that we give our teachers a break because they could very much be on overload at this time. So we will take a small break, probably about 10 minutes. And once we come back together, then we have an activity for practicing with the mathematical standards. We will have these scenarios that you will see here on the screen to my left of the screen here, and where it has different scenarios, and each of these scenarios actually showcase one of the 8 mathematical standards. So we will have groups of 2 or 3 because our math department is 7 teachers right now. So we will have, groups of 2 and 3, and they will go through these scenarios together in their groups, and then they will match them with the 8 mathematical standards and pair them up. We will then do a compare and contrast and see if the other groups kind of came up with the same idea, and hopefully they will see, they will match. But I always love it too when you have great discussion, and there may be some that fall into more than just one category. And so I look forward to this activity and doing this with them. After we've had this kind of teaching and open discussion, then they kind of get to put it to practice with the different scenarios. This will lead us to the end of the PD session where we will get to do a reflection. And I think it's really important that we reflect on, how they are going to implement what they've just learned in their math classrooms. So that is what the reflection will focus on, how you will implement these mathematical standards in your math classes for your students. At the end, when they have completed the reflection and we've been able to share that, then they are going to be asked to do a PD evaluation survey, and the survey is located in the professional development plan. And we've already started planning a follow-up for the session, which is going to be about developing power skills. And so our math coaches are really excited about that. I'm excited about that for our teachers because I think that that's going to be a great concept for them. And it's really going to help them to see where their strong power skills are, and then the areas where they need to kind of, they need some help. So we're looking forward to that as well. So this is what our professional development session looks like and what we will be doing in the fall with our math teachers at Southside High School. Thank you for joining me, and I appreciate your time.